What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video journaling episode. Today I got a few things I want to talk about, a few things I have experienced or thought, I guess, that are not usual, that do not happen every day. So first of all, I wanted to start posting some more content. You know, I talked with a friend, a coach, about like IRL content. He's like, yeah, I'm down, we can do that. So we have to talk about that again. Then also I was like, maybe in the meantime I should just start posting on Twitter. Like, that's not tough. I don't know how people on Twitter make money, but I mean, maybe, like, you know, maybe. Just for fun, you know. But so yeah, I opened Twitter or X, whatever, that's what it's called now, and I created an account, or I logged into an old account, renamed it, and yo, I saw so much hate. Like, it's crazy how much hate I saw. It's also crazy how the ignorant ones are the biggest yappers. You know, I saw a lot of religion hate, I saw a lot of Muslim hate, and it's crazy how so many of these hate comments were just like, oh my god, Islam is like a cult and you worship a cube and you're all pedophiles and rapists, and that's crazy. Well, first of all, hella ignorant. They don't even know what they're saying. Okay, first of all, not worshipping a cube. Second of all, what I also find crazy is this pigeonhole thinking. Basically, where you, for example, the same thing as Hitler. He said, "Oh my God, gas all the Jews," because no, that's not the same. Basically, it's just if you see a certain group of people do something. For example, let's say you see 100 white men stealing something, and then you say, "Oh my God, every white man is a thief," or you say 100 black people killing someone, and then you're like, "Oh my God, every black person is a murderer." Shut the fuck up. You know, it's just wrong. Like, I don't understand why people think like this. Sometimes it's this pigeonhole thinking is like on a more sophisticated level, you could say. Sometimes it's just as simple as that, where you see, for example, in the news, tons of cases of a certain ethnicity committing crimes, and you're like, oh my God, all of them are bad. That's the simplest form. But sometimes it's also more sophisticated. Like, it's, you do not notice it on the first sight. It's not in plain sight. It's like you have to think a bit more about it to realize that that is actually the problem. Yeah. And also, a lot of hate, especially towards the Muslims, came from Jews, and also a few from Christians, but mostly from people who had like Jewish symbols in their names. Yeah, I'll just leave that uncommented. But there's actually so many conspiracy theories my friends tell me about Jews. That's so crazy too. Anyways, low-key, my friends tell me so many conspiracy theories, like, from time to time. I wouldn't say I'm, like, I myself do not, in my free time, research conspiracy theories. But it's nice listening to them, you know. Some of it I call nonsense, some of it I just am like, okay, you know. Yeah. Okay, wait. What did I write down? Notes folder again. Yeah, because when it came to the hate from Christians, I was also like, I thought to myself, that's kind of ironic coming from you, because why are you demonizing a whole religion just because, like I said, there's some people, a bit too many people maybe, who do who are pedophiles or who do rape, but let's look at the church. Like, it's commonly known, at least as far as I know, and as far as to the people I ever spoke to, anything about church, you know, everyone knows that the church it was, or maybe even is still, hella corrupt, and obviously was also involved in tons of scandals with children. So I see a bit of irony here, but hey, I don't know. I don't get why you need to hate on religion. In the end, everyone thinks what they think on their own, right? Everyone thinks the way they think. Why is there a need to hate based on what you believe in, as long as you're not like one of those people who tries to force it on other people, whether it's your children, your family, your friends, or just random strangers. That's also why I have such a huge hate against so many LGBTQ people. Uh, Many of these woke people. Not all of them. That would be pigeonhole thinking. But quite a lot, at least from my experience, also from those who I talked to, make this gay shit or whatever their whole personality. And try to educate other people, try to force other people's children to learn about it or whatever. No. Get your own kids if you want to do that. Why do you need to go to strangers? Why do you even need to force your way into, oh my god, we need to have gay kindergartens. There's also such weird shit. My trainer's wife told me this, or my trainer, I don't know. He said like, oh, or someone, I don't know, someone told me this crazy. How there's like a kindergarten where there's like a room for discovering the human body, where the children are literally just naked and touching each other, and like, what the hell? What the hell? If it's to this degree, then it is ridiculous. What the hell? It's just completely insane. But yeah, what else? Yeah, I did start reading again yesterday. I did say that. I read a bit more in the Alchemist, and it was honestly quite good. As to now, I also wrote down a few things, a few notes, or a few quotes that I liked. Yesterday I did read the preface, as I said, and I forgot to mention it. The what I wrote down, which is, we only accept a truth after wholeheartedly rejecting it first. And I wrote it down because I was like, damn, that's so true. Because like, the first stage is always denial. Like, if the first stage is just complete, like if you completely believe in something without ever doubting it at any stage, then that's dumb. Then it's just stupid. Not necessarily the first stage, but there's always a stage where you're doubting, where you're rejecting it, maybe even. And once you pass this stage, your belief increases, your belief strengthens, gets stronger. Yeah, so I wrote that down because, just as a reminder, because I liked it. Then, don't run away from your destiny. and God is infinitely generous. And today, the thing is, I don't like the thing that I don't like, or maybe it's just maybe it fits, but it's like there's, as far as I saw, there's 2 chapters and no like subheadings or whatever. It's just written as a story. I mean, it's a unique book. I guess it's not the usual type, so I guess it makes sense. But what I wrote down today was, or yeah, if you constantly nourish someone without risk, they may or will forget. I wasn't sure about writing may. They may forget how to rely on their instincts. That's true. That's just true. Everything has a purpose. Don't complain about it just because it has no use right now or because you simply don't see it. Be grateful for what you have. I wrote this down because he talks about the story, the author, where this is like a story, and there was this boy, this shepherd, walking around with a jacket, and it was like summer, and he's like, yeah, he was angry, he's annoyed by the jacket, but he remembered that it kept him warm in the winter, so he's grateful for the extra warmth and weight the jacket has right now. That's why I wrote this down. Then you don't perceive all the things happening around you because you're always more focused on certain things. When that focus shifts, you start seeing new things. That was because he was talking about, or the story, it was talking about the sheep, because he's a shepherd, right? He's walking with sheep, and he said like, oh, I'm walking on new area. I'm walking to new areas every day, but the sheep don't even realize this, because all they're focused on is food and water. And so that's why I wrote this down. Next, it's the simple things in life that are the most extraordinary. This is just a quote, it's just a straight up quote. Just copy that because it's true. And then everyone seems to have a clear idea how others should live their lives, but none about their own. And I wrote this down. This is almost a quote, like I changed it a little bit. I wrote this down because it's so true. Oh my god, it is. Oh my god, it is so true. Everyone is yapping about how you should live your life. And then what are they doing? They're on social media the whole day. They're playing video games the whole day. They're partying the whole weekend. They're doing nothing with their lives. Literally nothing. And they're like, oh, but you should not do this. You should instead do this or same reason why I don't acknowledge compliments from nobody. Like, yeah. Like specific compliments about a certain skill, I don't accept them. I think I said this before. I don't accept them from nobody's, or like they're not as valuable, to be honest, because like, okay, if what can I say? I don't know. For example, a skater, okay? I can ride a skateboard because I do have a longboard somewhere, probably in the basement, but I have it and I can ride. That's all. I can ride on it. If I were to say to someone who is able to do a lot of tricks, like, oh my god, you are so good at, or no, reverse. If someone who does not know how to ride it at all says to me, wow, that's so cool, then I'm like, yeah. Or like, oh my god, you're so good. I'm like, yeah, sure, thank you. I know I'm not good, right? But if someone who actually can write it really well compliments, or someone who's at the same stage and compliments me, then it's like, oh yeah, you have some knowledge about it. So it's kind of like your opinion is more valid, I guess. That's what I think, at least in in like specific areas, you know. For example, uh, I don't know. I don't know an example right now, honestly. But that's okay. You probably get what I mean, I hope. But maybe I feel like also I've been yapping a lot of bullshit since this last point. But yeah, the point is everyone seems to have a clear idea how others should live their lives, but none about their own. Everyone tells you how you should live your life, but they are not even living theirs, if you get it. They're existing, but they're not living. They're not even living their lives. So, don't care about other people's opinions. Do what you want to do. Like what you want to do. Actually, to know that, you have to first think about it. Try out many things. Throw yourself outside in the world, and yeah. Well, that's kind of what was up today. I also meditated again half an hour. Yeah. And I have training. Oh yeah, also my trainer canceled today's training again. Yesterday while I was asleep, he texted me. You know, I asked in the evening, yo, will we have training at 6 a.m. this time? Haha. He's like, yeah, this time for sure. Like an hour or two later, he texted, yeah, sorry, no. Some people are gonna come and have to check something, I don't know. And I didn't see the sign that they would come today, so sorry. And I woke up to their message and I was like, damn, nice. So why the hell did I wake up at 5? Yeah, also today I realized again I have to find something to do again during the day. Like during those 8 hours of the day between 5 a.m. and 1 p.m. I have to find something to do during that time. Because after 1 a.m. I usually have stuff to do. At 1 a.m., 1 p.m. I usually have stuff to do. But like this, the morning, the time I used to spend in school, I have to fill it somehow with something else. I mean, tomorrow I'm going again practicing for the sports exam, the upcoming one with a friend, maybe 2 friends. One is gonna text me later today and tell me if he's gonna come too. Yeah, and then I also have a dentist appointment, like I said, in the afternoon. And so I will be busy, you know, at least from like 10 a.m. But then again, I have to do something between 5 and 10 a.m. I mean, I will, training, hopefully. And then obviously come back, shower, breakfast, walk with my dog, and then it's probably already time to meet my friend, right? Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, the upcoming time is actually gonna be so annoying. Like, so. The days are gonna be so full. I mean, I don't know if I would call it annoying, but it's like. There's gonna be a lot for me to do. Simple as that. Because as I said, tomorrow the training. Well, first of all, the training, that's gonna be good. Then training for the exam. And then dentist. Friday is gonna be hopefully training in the morning. Then I would see what I'll do. Probably again later train alone or maybe with another friend for the exam. And then in the evening I have the Zoom meeting for the trainer's license, because it's gonna start Saturday from 9 to 6. So 9 hours. 9 hours. It's crazy. I have to be in Potsdam Sunday too, and I have to get there. It takes like an hour. So I have to leave before 8 and I will arrive after 7. So basically all of my day is going to be spent outside. I also don't think I will have training on those days. Maybe. I have to talk to my trainer. I also have to talk to my trainer about training on Friday evening, because usually, right, 6 p.m. But my meeting will be at 5. It starts at 5, lasts till 9. So it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. And yeah, that's kind of what's up. Damn, the weekend is gonna be exhausting. Next weekend too. And then that's it for this part of the training lesson. You know what I could actually do is recap a bit about the last part of the trainer's license, because it's been like a solid month, 1.5 months. It's been 1.5 months since the last part of the trainer's license. So yeah. Oh, I also called yesterday the uni or college or whatever. It was like, yo, when am I gonna get notified if I get like accepted or not? He's like, oh yeah, let me call someone real quick and then I'll tell you. Called me back a few minutes later and was like, yeah, in like 1 or 2 weeks. And then he asked a few questions, because it's also like, as I said, it's like a you don't only study, you also work like 25 hours a week max, I think so, or 24, like 3 times a week, or maybe 4 times, and basically you work for 4 weeks a few times a week, study online, and then on the 5th week you go to the campus and do group projects, do in-person projects, just test the knowledge that you've been amassing in the last month, basically. That's what's up. It would be good to be accepted, because if not, then I have to wait like a year doing some nonsense, like a part-time job. And register at some uni but not go type shit, because my mom, because of, so that, I don't know if you could still call it child support or whatever, but to get that, I kind of have to do that, which would not be that good. I would not like that, not at all. But I don't know how to. I don't know. It's up to God, I guess. What can I do about it? Like, if they accept me, they will. If not, they won't. It would be really good if they did, though. It would be really good. So that's what's up. And yeah, I will prepare for training in like 25 minutes. And I guess with the time, you know what I'll do? I'll do the trainer's license recap. Sounds like a solid idea, actually. So yeah, that's it for today's video. We'll see you in the next one.